What is up, you hornets? It's me, your host, once again, Jeremiah Duncan. Today, got a special trifecta review for you. This is a 3-pack I got, so we're going to talk about the first film, the second film, the third film, and talk about which ones in what order, and why am I doing this with my hands? I don't know. But, you need to check this out. I'm talking about the Wrong Turn 3-pack. Yes, this has Wrong Turn, the first one, has Wrong Turn 2, Dead End, and it has Wrong Turn 3, Left for Dead. Now, there's a few more past this, but those are for another day. But here, let's talk about these three. So, if you've never seen these, they are pretty jacked up. Now, myself, I live in Kentucky. However, I do venture into the West Virginia area at times, and this is all I can think about, is these West Virginia back hills people that are inbred to the point that they look like they've had radiation dropped on them, and they are just 3 fingers, and I mean, it's wild. But without further ado, let's talk about these. Let's break them down. So Wrong Turn, the first one, runs for 1 hour and 24 minutes. It is rated R, came out in 2003. That one there is, here's what it's about. An indescribable nightmare begins when a group of young friends stranded on an isolated road trip in the Appalachian Hills of West Virginia find themselves relentlessly pursued by a force of evil beyond their imagination. So, this movie, I would say, is probably the best one of the three, the original. And that's usually what happens, am I right? Features Desmond Harrington, of course. He played Detective Joseph in the Dexter series. This thing, the first one is a solid slasher film. It's intense. It gives the B movie feel because the acting's kind of subpar, but it's still good enough to keep you engaged. It did, like I said, it did make me a little freaked out about West Virginia. At least, like, if I'm going on the highway and I look over into the woods, I'm like, F that, I am not going out there. And it's actually the only film in the whole series with nudity, or without nudity. This is the only one in the whole series that does not have any nudity, is the first one. And why? Because they had the story, they had the acting, they had everything, and they didn't need the nudity. Why try to spice up something that doesn't need spiced up? I'm giving this a 6.5 out of 10. It's a fun film. I'd watch it multiple times. Let's talk about number 2. Wrong Turn 2, Dead End. All right? A post-apocalyptic reality show in which participants are challenged to survive a remote West Virginia wasteland turns into a nightmarish showdown when the contestants realize they're being hunted for real by an inbred family of cannibals. So, I did kind of like that story because it did kind of seem legit-ish, but on the flip side of it, I hate reality TV with a passion, and it just made me cringe, like, all right, let's set this scene up here. And the acting was just really, really bad. It was worse than the first one. Though this one did come out in 2007, and it is rated R. It was tough to get through. It does feature some bigger stars, and I use the term loosely, bigger stars than the first one, but it still fell short. I mean, it went straight to video, if that tells you anything. This thing never even got close to a theater, unless somebody had it in their car when they went out. But let's see, I'm trying to think who all it features. We did have, Erica Leerhsen, who was in the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. She was also in Book of Shadows, The Blair Witch, so kind of a scream queen. It also does feature the punk rock legend, the icon, Mr. Henry Rollins, who was in Black Flag as well as Rollins Band. And it's always cool to see him in roles. Of course, he was in Feast, Johnny Mnemonic. Why is that word so hard to say? Mnemonic. Anyway, he's been in multiple things, and I love his spoken word stuff. Love Black Flag. Love Rollins Band. But he just plays a beefcake. And of course, he was in Sons of Anarchy. I think he made some appearances in there. But it also features a Texas Battle. That's the guy's name. I guess I'm assuming he changed it. I don't know. But he was in Final Destination 3. And this number 2, Wrong Turn 2, is actually the only one out of the series that does not contain drug use. So it's kind of funny how these kind of have a theme where, hey, we didn't have any nudity, now we won't have any drugs, because there's plenty of nudity, plenty of sexuality, and those type of things in this. I think they shot it in 25 days. Again, the reality show thing was kind of lame, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, maybe. 5 out of 10. Because, I mean, it was okay. It probably should be like a 4, but, I mean, I like Henry Rollins. I'm sorry, guys. All right, last but not least, Wrong Turn 3, Left 4 Dead. The blood-curdling horror continues with footage too shocking for theaters. That means it went straight to video. When the most vicious killers in the country escape from a prison transport bus, Three Finger and his family of cannibalistic mutants may have met their match. So now, the story is better on this one. It's, I do like that, hey, we think we're going to break some dudes out of jail, and you have a jailbreak, but they're actually broken down in West Virginia. Then all of a sudden you got food to feed the fam. So that was pretty cool. This one's not rated. It runs for 1 hour and 32. Again, the story better. Acting is about the same. You know, they kind of keep with the subpar acting. No real names or notables in this that are worthy of even talking about that you would know. But it does have the highest kill count out of all the movies in the series. So if that doesn't tell you to watch it, I don't know what does. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. So let's recap, okay? So you got Wrong Turn 1, 6.5. Coming in number 2 is Wrong Turn 3, Left 4 Dead, at a 6 out of 10. And last but certainly not least, Wrong Turn 2, Dead End, we'll say a 5 out of 10. So again, these movies here, man, there's probably one of the most terrifying trilogies. I can think of others, but in modern cinema, I don't know. That's a tough call. That's the claim to fame on the back. Overall, I'd give this series maybe like a 5 out of 10. Not a bad series. I'd watch Wrong Turn 1 multiple times because it's a fun one. I also like The Hills Have Eyes and that type of vibe, you know. But anyway, Wrong Turn, 3-pack. If you've seen any of these, comment below. Let me know if I'm right. 1, 3, and 2, or what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear below. Like, subscribe, hit the death bell for notifications. I got more reviews coming. Stick around.